guys and gals and all my non-binary friends. So today I want to talk about mental health, my mental health. I've really just been struggling um since it's March right now. I've been struggling since I'd say about mid-October. It got really bad in like mid to late December. I'm kind of getting much better now, but it's still kind of like a everyday thing. So I guess I'll just start with my history. First time I ever was depressed was 8th grade year. I spent all of my school years in this church run private school or whatever. And my 8th grade year was the first year that I went to public school. And it was just kind of hard because when you go to school, it's really important to like know people and have friends. And I knew like 2 people at the school, but you know, unfortunately I couldn't have every class with them. And so it was more like just not feeling like I fit in, not feeling like I knew anyone or had friends or yeah, all that shit. And so I would just randomly sometimes be in class and just get really, really sad. And I remember telling my mom, and my mom's a Christian, so she was like, you just gotta pray it away. You just gotta pray. And I can't fault her for that. I think for Christians, prayer is comfort because you get to just like give your problems up to God and, you know, not worry about them as much or know that they're gonna be taken care of. Whereas for me, I'm not a Christian, so it's not really as comforting. And then the following year, I was finally like getting in the swing of things. I had, you know, when 8th grade year was over, I met enough people and people had kind of knew me more. So when 9th grade hit and I went to high school, you know, I knew people, and then my family was in the high school that I went to, so it was better. And then we moved the same. So I was in that high school in Alabama, which is where we were originally for a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And then we moved to Texas, and I got really homesick, and I got depressed again, because again, by the time you're in high school, everyone really does like have their friend groups, and I just felt kind of like an outsider. You know, that kid who's like listening on everybody's conversation and like laughing a little bit or chuckling here and there just to show like, hey, I'm here. That was me, and that was like a struggle bus. But after 9th grade year again, sophomore year was probably one of my favorite years. Like I laughed pretty much in every period. I just had a great time. And then I've been pretty good with mental health from there until last August. Yeah, last August I got vaccinated. I got my second vaccine shot or whatever, and the day after I just felt this strong discontentment. Like literally I was sitting around with my sisters, my like 2 favorite people in the world, and like it was just a normal day, but I just could not get into the conversation. I couldn't get into the groove. I was just so unbelievably sad or whatever. And I ended up talking to my friend who also struggles with depression and anxiety, and they made me feel really, really better. And so I was doing okay. And then as time went on, I kind of like was getting all these opportunities, and I started baking as my like source of income. And I just felt like overwhelmed by my schedule, and I felt like I couldn't, you know, I feel like I was kind of failing everything. And this is when like mid-October came around, and I wasn't doing good at all. Like literally I was baking every day, baking and washing dishes every day, cleaning every day. And I was ended up putting too much bleach inside my dishwater, so my hands were so like cracked and brittle and fucked up. And literally my mom came to me one day in the kitchen. She was like, are you okay? And I literally just started breaking down. I was like, no. I'm like crying or whatever. And so I feel like after that day, I just kind of tried to make a decision to like do what felt good and like just try to be better and feel better. And it worked for a little bit, you know. I was trying to be active and just, you know, trying to do whatever made me feel better. And then December kind of hit, and I was still kind of having these feelings of failure. And then someone I was talking to kind of like stopped talking, and that kind of sucked because it kind of also pushed me more into the feelings of like I'm failing everything. And so I've just been spending the past like 3 months just trying to like get back. And in December I turned 25, and I just started having all these questions about why it is that I live my life the way I live my life, why it is that I pursue the things I pursue, and whether or not, you know, it's worth a damn. And that's really hard when I'm a very like confident person. Now, I wouldn't say, I don't know if I'm outgoing, but I'm very like, this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna go after. So I guess outgoing is a word I could use. And so like questioning my whole self and like not recognizing myself, and not seeing myself like as who I is really hard, because I'm still kind of dealing with that. I'm still kind of in this place where I don't feel quite myself, and every day is like, I don't know what I'm gonna wake up to, you know. I don't know if I'm gonna wake up feeling good, or if I'm gonna wake up feeling how I felt today, which is just anxious and uncomfortable and disappointed. And it's like on the good days, I can recognize that happiness is a choice. Like, you have to choose to be happy. You have to choose to, like, if you're not feeling good in that moment, you have to choose to move and like try to do something different that's going to take your mind away from that moment. But on the bad days, it's just like, this is not a choice, because if it was a choice, I wouldn't be choosing it. Or whatever. So, I don't know. I can recognize that I'm getting so much better. I can recognize that the person that I was a month ago, 2 months ago, I'm further from that person. But it's like a bittersweet thing, because the things I'm working, I can acknowledge that I'm working on the things that I always disliked about myself, while also realizing that I'm losing a lot of the stuff that I did like about myself, because it no longer suits me. It no longer like feels like me anymore. And so it's just been some rough times. And I guess I just wanted to share my feelings, because, you know, it's important to, I don't know, whenever I'm feeling big emotions, I like to either write it down or like record a video. And normally I don't share the video, I just kind of keep it to myself. But I figured, I don't know, you know, why not put it out there in the ether? Maybe somebody will see it and they'll feel better, or they'll see themselves. Yeah, I've been very, specifically with this period of time, I have been very like open on the internet about how I'm feeling. I tweet nonstop, like whenever I'm feeling some kind of like emotion, I'm just like tweeting it. Or like, I was very active on Instagram, but that's kind of slowed down in the past 2 weeks. Whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to record this. I don't know, I just feel so anxious, and I'll be okay one moment, the next I'm down, and I don't want to be down all the damn time, and I don't want to wake up every morning questioning every fucking thing. It's exhausting. So yeah, thanks for listening. I really don't have advice on mental health. Like I said, I think I do recognize that the best days I have is when I like, if I'm feeling down, I'll just like, okay, well, let me get out. Let me get up. Let me not be in this space anymore. Like, if I'm sitting in my room and I'm feeling down, let me go talk to my sister. If I'm in my sister's room and I'm feeling down, let me go in my room, or let me go for a walk. If I'm on a walk and it's making me feel down, like, let me go read a book, like changing the atmosphere. If I'm just sitting in my room and I'm not feeling good, let me reach out to somebody and see if they want to hang out. And that tends to be better. But I think now it's more like realizing that I'm still not completely okay, and that kind of makes me sad. But I've always had a patience problem. So it's just like, I have to be patient with my own recovery. So yeah, Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, wash your hands, wash your face, wear a mask, wash your ass, and don't be a fucking asshole. Bye.